Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the 7th installment of the Lion Knight's Castle by LEGO Icons. This is set number 10305 and contains roughly 4,500 bricks. So, remember in the last installment, we worked on the foyer, this working drawbridge here, and some of the greenery and stuff. We also did these two guys here. Well, today, first I got to find the container. There we are, to put those figures in. We're going to be continuing on the second part of the clamshell. And today is January 18th. This is a Wednesday, 2023. And you will be hearing gardeners today, because it's gardening day. And a lot of you probably never really hear the gardeners up until now, because this is my time off. And usually when the gardeners are here, I'm not here. So we got 4 bags to build here. We have 2 bag 21s, a 22 and a 23. So I'm just going to do 3 sets, and then the last installment will be 24 to 26. Alright, so this is pretty much what we're doing here. And we are, I think, are continuing on with the 3rd floor of the castle. Alright, so let's get going here. And these videos are just meant for entertainment purposes, not to be construed as professional product reviews. Basically just to build the set, see how well the build flow goes, and these are just my notes for the reviews and stuff, so not to be taken seriously or anything like that. Yes, I have to read those disclaimers off, but it's just how it is. And let's get all these dumped out here. And now let's begin with bag 21. So we got to do this guy here. Okay. And yeah, I'm glad I'm still helping people out. I've been getting messages on my contact email about a video camera that I did a first look at years ago, and he's got a double-sided head. In fact, he's almost got the same facial expressions as Jay the Surfer, except he's got a little bit of chin hair there. So I need to make a video on that, about that thing eventually, about that video camera. And I gotta find a pair of minifigure legs. Basically, it's how to hook up the camera to a computer for recording. So I'll have to do that. Now, do I want to spend all the time to find an axe? I don't know. Now, I haven't really checked the videos with the phone upside down. I have the phone sitting upside down now where the microphone's at the top. Still haven't built that hanger device yet, because I'm trying to get as many set reviews done as I can before work. So we got a stick and a pearl silver little axe. Let's just get him out of the way here real quick. And there we go. He's all done. Okay. Now we got to get back to this portion here of this portion of the clamshell. I call them clamshells. That's just how I refer to them as. So let's dive in. Usually it's always the same old thing. It's pretty much cluttered with parts. It's up to us to clean the parts off the workbench. And let's get going here. Not a whole lot's been up with me lately. It's been like a day since I've done one of these, but you know, I've been kind of, you know, relaxing and just dealing with life in general. And trying to get all this stuff done before February. That's when I have to head back to work and do all the fun stuff. So yeah, that's Not usually fun, but it's got to be done. I mean, if work were fun, who'd want to take a vacation, you know? Some days at work it's not too bad, but then it's like, do I really want to do it? And we're all over the place here right now. And let's see, now I gotta look for 2 of those wall elements. You know, Jay, why don't you just wait till the gardeners get done and then you film? Sorry, but I don't want to be here all day waiting for the gardeners. Like I said, I usually do my filmings late at night before I start work and stuff like that. Okay, or early in the mornings. Sometimes before bed, sometimes after I wake up. So usually when I do the reviews and all this stuff, like I'll review this, it won't be until the evening when it's quiet. These are just like live on the spot filmings. I'm looking for one more of these type of wall elements here, and it's always something hard. Well, what do we do when we can't find it, huh? Let's get an empty container and start pulling out all the gray until we can find it. You know, it just happens from time to time, but I can't stop the guy and say, don't mow my yard. Okay, I found it. No. And that kind of thing. So if somebody gets mad, they'll get mad over it. Okay. Not a whole lot of pieces in this step here. So this castle set, I say, has a lot of good building inspiration to build something bigger. Okay. And if you get this set, you're not wasting your time. Even I've been giving it high praises, and it's very seldomly really, whoa, uh-oh, seasick motion warning. Somebody may just have experienced some seasickness over that. I forgot what I was saying now, because I got to read all these disclaimers in videos, but I've been very pleased with this setup to this point. So, does that mean it's bad from now on? I don't know. I haven't finished yet. Haven't even finished. And boy, my allergies are been really hit hard. My eyes are all watery, poofy, and all that stuff. So, spring out here now. And I'm looking for one of these sticks here. There it is. So we got to build some Technic stuff here. In fact, we got a lot of wasted space here. I'll just do that. There we go. Now I got to find a Technic brick. At least it's not something very small. Yeah, but that's usually the first problem, though. When you unbox a set, this is what you have to deal with. Not sure what that does, but that's pretty hard to turn. I don't think that would be for the drawbridge. I mean, it could be, but if you open it up, you'd be hanging up. Unless you open up, it meant to drop the drawbridge. I don't know. In fact, they still show this thing hanging over the edge here in the book. I mean, that tells you something. Okay, here's something a little different. They want me to stick these upside down. Will they stay in there? They're loose. They're not secured, but they're staying in. And then I'm sure we're going to lock those in with some bricks. Okay, take the scrolly things here. I got to find 2 of those. I guess these are going to be used to anchor them down. Still kind of loose, though. In fact, that's the only piece in this step here. So they're really going through this part slow. Yeah, I've been really breathing hard and stuff lately, and I'm hoping I don't need to use my inhaler, but the only problem about allergies. Okay, and we got one more there. Oh, that's what's rattling. That and the castle behind me. I think we. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm doing these backwards. We're supposed to be using inverted slopes in here, not bricks. So I got to take that out. I wasn't paying attention. That was my mistake there. I'll need that guy eventually. Can you see that down there? Yes, you can. So they're really finishing off the interior portions of the castle. And yeah. Yeah, I've been tinkering around with a few tutorials. Haven't filmed anything yet. I just got done with an interlude. So let's say you're watching this series and lately I haven't been uploading any videos from the castle because I haven't edited anything. I've been filming a bunch of these. And the reason I've been just filming is because I got to do all the required stuff first. Okay, well, I got to find another inverted slope, so I'm going to have to start taking out all the gray until we find it. Remember, this had two bag 21s, so it's a little more robust than what we're used to here. Now, I did get a comment on one of my older videos on here. You build too slow for doing these. So, I'm slowly compiling up a big, long list of disclaimers. Like, right now, this is just meant for fun. I'm not doing this for anything else. And I'm not going to do speed builds on this here. Well, that's kind of interesting right there. Jay, who would complain about stuff like that? You'd be surprised, you know. I'm also expecting a package today, so if the doorbell goes ding dong, I have to get up. Now I gotta find round flat tiles. There's two of these here, but and all right, so it goes like this with the flags hanging down like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of starting to get a little tired of looking at grays. I still want to get into building my own stuff, though. The yellow flag goes here. That's kind of cool how that texture is. One goes in, one goes out. Doesn't mean the set's boring. I'm just... When you do the same build over and over and over again, you know... So you're going to have a lot of patience. Now I see why this is not meant for kids. So somebody like myself who is on the spectrum, yeah, you're going to have to really focus on this build here. And I'm missing one round tile. This is where it gets. Let me put that minifigure over there. I'm trying to, you know, you got a bunch of big pieces here, and you're looking for one small little round tile out of all this. Yeah, it gets to be very time-consuming. Oh, I see it. But I have everything else wanting to fall off the table. I try not to get too ranty in these things, but sometimes some people grind my gears where it's like I gotta vent it out. All right. Yeah, my plans are slowly getting debunked for the summer. And you can't just spur the moment do something anymore. You have to You have to make reservations to do things anymore. If you want to go camping, you gotta reserve a spot. Or if you want to go somewhere in a hotel, you have to reserve a room. Everything is reserve, reserve, reserve. There's no way you can just get something. Well, that just came off. You know, at spur of the moment. Okay, looks like we're just using a bunch of corner pieces today in here. So at least now we're locking all that together in there. Not too bad, huh? Pretty cool. Once you start strengthening these up, it's pretty cool. I like these corner bricks and plates. They're always come in handy when you're building your own box and stuff too. So far the build's been pretty sturdy. Haven't really had anything flake off except for that door or pieces just not coming off, you know, just because I'm not holding them down very well. All right. And we've got a scrolly piece here. Gotta find one more of those. And yeah, there's one right there. I'll place that right in there. All right. Oh, and by the way, for the person who made fun of my vision impairment, congratulations, you made it to my block list. Why, I don't know. I dealt with that stuff when I was a kid, a teenager, high school, college, grad school, yes. Except now as a full-blown adult, I don't have time, so I just block you. Congratulations. It very seldom will ever block somebody on here. Except if you're a spam or like a bot, but haven't seen those bots lately because I have like my main channel's got a big nasty long keyword list that I have that I put in here for blocked words and stuff like that. It just gets nasty. Now I manually read comments. I've always done that, even when they're on the, you know, held for review section. I always read them. About a third of the time, they're just actual commenters. Their comments get flagged, and I just manually approve of them. This guy's cool, just let him pass, you know. And then majority of the time, I got to start pulling gray out to find another one of those wall elements. Majority of the time, though, I have to block. Usually it's like bots. Like somebody will say a riddle, and then now these spammers have gotten so clever now, they'll actually use the username as the URL or to promote their business, especially the adult stuff. And I'm like, you know, YouTube can only catch so much, and there's no filter for usernames. So when I see those, I block you. I block them. I don't want to deal with them. You know, I'm trying to keep everything free of spam, and it goes back long. This is before I got into the ambassador thing. And I remember I got contacted by Warner Brothers. They wanted to send me the Scooby-Doo sets for free. At that time, this is when YouTube had messengers on. And, oh, there it is. Found it. And they contacted me, and I didn't get their message till like 60 days later because I finally was going through all the spam. And sadly, I missed out on the offer. They told me I had to buy the sets and all that stuff, and I thought, okay, what's not their fault? I wasn't going to get mad at Warner Brothers for it. So ever since, I've been hardcore on the spammers, and if somebody spams, or I think they're spamming, it's a permablock. I don't play games anymore. I missed out on an offer because of that. And it's even happening on one of my email addresses that I use for business contacts. And that's only used for fans like yourself. If you want to contact me, you can contact me even just to chat on there. I don't care really. But mostly for business propositions and stuff like that. But when I get somebody contacting me just to spam and solicit something, that's not good. Okay, well, it's a little loose down there, but I guess that's fine. So after that, ever since, I've been hardcore on the spam, and I don't have time for it. I will block ya. Oh, I like this little design here. That's pretty cool. So now I don't give second chances anymore. All right, now we're going to have to rotate this whole thing around here to open this up and work in here. Okay, you can still see what I'm doing. Let me pull this forward here a bit more. Kind of wish I could put the parts on the left-hand side of me. I really can't. I may be able to use the old Lazy Susan, but it's already got something on there. Okay, this goes here. And like I said, some of my viewers or comments get caught up in the spam thing, but I read everything manually, as I block manually too. I don't have time to play those spam games, so I just like, why, you know? Of course, I'll have some people contact me. Can you promote this for me? Will you promote my business on here? And I'll get those from time to time, which is fine, but... So what does this do here? We got a gear right here. What does that do? There's a gear in there, but what does it do? Unless there's a door in here. Lego's got these plates, but I wish these were a 2x4 with a notch in the middle. I wish they made them like that, but they don't. So what does that mean now? When I block somebody, that just means they can't come back, and very seldom will ever do. There's two ways of getting on a block list. First off, spam. You know, most people don't spam. There's some out there who do. That's fine if they do. I've just been forewarned on that one. And two, the bots, you know. That's how you get on there. But very seldom it ever happens. All right. Let's try to read through this Old English here. I spent more time than I cared to admit in this room. Now, if only I was able to sit down, I could really put it into proper use. Huh. I bet this is probably the king's throne room. We don't know what I'm gathering. We don't know yet. We're not done with that yet. We got a long ways to go. A long ways to go. And I'm still talking to the camera, even though if the microphone's over here. Let's put this up here. Maybe it is the king's throne room. I think we're going to get an extra wide window. I think bags 22 and 23 don't have a lot of parts, so I think 21 is a nasty warm-up here. Let me just pull out these pieces first. I need these. Do I have to go and pull out the gray? No, I don't. Okay. And we have a white brick we got to put in the corner there. All right. All right. This goes right here. So far, yeah, it is playable. Well, that ladder would be kind of brutal to get up to there, but remember we have a hole on this side. Yeah, I think there's a door that goes here. So what am I going to do with this set when I'm done? I'll probably put it on display. Once I get a really good section of the Lego room set up, That's if when I can get it going there. I'm going to have it to where I'll have some of these sets on display, and I'll rotate them out and stuff like that. And then there'll be a backdrop. You've seen those guys have the nice fancy backlights, the LEDs going and all that stuff. Someday I'll have all that. I have the space. I just got to clean out all the vacuum tubes and stuff first. I went through one tube caddy, and it's like, man, these are all good tubes. And then it dawned on me, there was a note at the very bottom that says, good known working tubes. It's like, oh, this should be at the top. So I just put that label at the top there so I know it's a good, probably about 200 and something tubes. But it's like, we're going to have to keep these. Okay, there's a bunch of fences here, and there's going to be inverted tiles. I don't know if it could be a ladder or what. Well, it's got a gear on it, so this might be the door that goes in here. We'll need that later on. Another gear. Well, there's a bunch of those down here now. All right. Yeah, I remember the other day in the last installment, we were troubleshooting that drawbridge. Yeah, okay. That was another chore in itself. So yeah, I think this is the gate that goes on the side here. That's what I'm gathering. Yeah, so the more expensive the sets, the more detailed the builds are. And that's where this goes, is right in here. So there we go. I don't think I can show you this. Let's take a look here. So I got the door in here like that, but what does it look like on this side here? So there's the door. And that's why they use that friction thing. And you can close the gate. See, that looks pretty good, huh? And it's got a nice action too. Well, you don't want to go up too high. We're not done yet. I don't think it's meant to go all the way up there, but that's pretty much what it is. Now we're going to continue on. We don't have a lot of bricks left. There we go. This page is sticking again. Yeah, they show this thing going up and down. We're going to drop it all the way down though. That's what the book shows. And then we're going to continue on with some bricks. Yeah, I can't wait to dive into the Queer Eye set. I just have to get this. Once I get this one done and reviewed fully, we will get into Queer Eye and we will start that one as well. I want to get that. I have that and one more big set left to get done before work time. But this is the main set that I want to build here first. The Queer Eye one I got just mainly for parts, but I'm still going to build it. Then I'm going to rip it apart for the parts, because I always like doing it just for fun, unless somebody gets it and kind of wants to know the build quality before they'll invest the money into it. I need to make a hinge. I mean, there's adequate hinges in here enough, but I'm sure you want to make it as strong as possible. And one thing you don't go cheap on, okay, we're recording, is the quality of a build. You know, and just think about it. A Lego City set is expensive compared to this. This is $400 for 4,500 bricks. I've seen some Lego sets, like city sets, are $50 for like 300, 400 pieces. So you're getting more pieces for your buck in this one. All right, well, if I can't find the hinge, it's somewhere in there. So guess what I have to do? Let's get the container and start pulling out grays until we find it. Okay, I found it. They got to do the elimination method here. Alrighty. That takes care of that part. And now we got to coat this in here with this. Not sure why there's holes up there yet. Maybe that's to drop something on the enemy's head so they come up too close to the castle. Maybe that's the alarm system. Obviously, it's a pathway because we got stairs going up here. All right, now we're going to start back here. And we are going to do this here. Okay. And then come right here and here. All right, now we're going to start back where we just left off, and we're going to work our way back around that way. Okay. And it's starting to get warm in here. But I can't open up the window because the gardener's thing, and it would be so loud in here, and the dust he would be kicking up in here would not be helpful to my allergies. Okay, that's a clip that goes in there. And then we have a profile brick. Some of these pieces you could barely show, so they just do that right there. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to put that plant in there. Let me pop that out real quick. It's actually a plant right there. It's right in the middle of the book, which is kind of a bad thing to put all this stuff on. So, there we go. It's hanging down. I'm not sure what that's about. All right. And then I need two scrolly things. Okay, a corner brick. Okay, we need another corner brick and another one after that. We got to wrap around this edge here. All right, get that in there. And yeah, and then a profile brick. Okay, we must be at the top of this part here, because now I'm putting these in. Sometimes I wish they had these type of grooves on a regular brick and just have the corners rounded off to make these actual stone bricks. Would be cool. I remember back when Lego Ideas used to be Lego Kuso, people would submit in part designs for bricks. Like, some of these guys would have, like, there was one guy had Spanish roof tiles for Lego sets. They're basically the same slope, just look like Spanish tiles, or some weird pieces, different styles of doors. And I'm like, why can't we submit ideas for parts? Parts that we'd like to see in the Lego system, you know. And so, or some parts, some of these guys would redesign. You know, like those inverted slopes, but they have the 45-degree on the top. That kind of thing. Why don't they do that? We don't know. That's just how it is. I think that's it for that. Okay. Alrighty, what's next? We got another little thing here. These large stones will come in handy. We can drop them through the Malichions, with those little holes there. Should the dragon army ever approach us, back gate. So I have to They approach the back gate. You just drop these down through here. Now, I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to have to pick them up. Machelations. I think that's what it is. I've never heard of that word before. I'm not a castle guy. I'm not into all that construction stuff, so I don't know. Jay can't read. Yeah, I can read. Just not out loud very well. Okay, these go here. So I got the smaller windows right here. So yeah, you just drop the little round bricks in here. So when I do the review, I'll have to let that be known. And I'll see how to pronounce that word. So, yeah, I'm just doing my notes, guys and gals. Just taking notes. Alrighty. Yeah, I wish I could shrink down as a little person and take a walk in here in this little castle, like a minifigure person, and then do that. Just take a stroll through there and just kind of take my video camera and we can go and do a complete full tour of it. It's not going to happen though, but it'd be nice if we could. Yeah, matter of fact, outside right now it's like in the, I think like 50 degrees. But it's nice. It's nice compared in here in my house right now. It's sitting at like 75. Mainly because I'm running the computer right now. I'm processing that video, getting that done. Just want to hurry up and get that one. It's another build thing like this, but it's for a set that I haven't released yet. I can't release until LEGO gives me permission to do so. So this is what they were talking about dropping in there. You just stick these in here like this, and then, you know, they're using those as stones. Now we're getting close to finishing this up now, guys and gals. I mean, we are. I've heard that leaf blower going for that long, buddy. I don't have that many trees in my yard. I just have 3 trees. And the thing is, they're evergreens. And one of my neighbors is like, you need to cut those trees down. I'm tired of leaves going in my yard. Sorry. But it's nice in the summertime because I don't have to run the air condition full blast because it shades off of the west side of the house. Okay, now we're going to have to... Okay, we're on the right side here. Now we're going to have to work on right there. And yes, that hole is supposed to be there. Yeah, so far, I mean, bag 1, how long have I been recording for here? 39 minutes? Wow. Okay, I guess this was probably one of the longest bags we've done in this series, huh? But we pretty much, what did we do? We just worked on this section here. So if I'm going to do the indexing, we worked on the back entrance of the castle here. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. This brick is supposed to go over here, and there's supposed to be a corner one that goes there. Lego, make a corner brick. I guess I can leave them all crooked, huh? Doesn't quite line up there. And an arch. Not a lot of parts left right over here. That's it. That's all I have right there. It's not a whole lot. And this arch goes here next to a bunch of these things. Okay. And a profile brick goes here. some more of these. And I thought maybe we're missing something. No, there's actually plates. I thought there'd be one that goes here. I just need 3 of those. This is so loose right here. It's just really loose and just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of coming apart. There we go. Maybe that would help us out a bit there. And we got one stud here left open. That's dark gray. So, yeah, so bag 21 does the rear entry, the second floor in the rear entry gate and the figure. Okay, I'll stick that there. And I have a feeling that 1x5 plate nougat's gonna go there. We got one of these. Now, some steps you only have like a few bricks, and there's some steps where you just like literally just caking bricks on, just throwing them on there like heavily. You know? No, that doesn't want to go on. That is just really buckled in there. There we go. I had to put it on the other side there. Yeah, but these little trim things around these windows would come in handy for other builds too. So there's a lot of building strategies in here if you're a mock builder. And I am missing a 1x2 plate somewhere. Let's make sure it's not behind the castle or anything. No, I'm missing one of these. Either A, they forgot to pack it, or B, I put it somewhere else. Let me check my work. Yeah, I'll have to go get up and get one. So let me go find one real quick. All right, that's one large shoebox full of 1x2 plates. Years of collecting, and that's what I need there. Now, it may turn up later on. So yeah, when I part out a set, I keep all my parts sorted by size. You can do it any way you wish, but sorting by size for me helps. And that's what I do. And, okay, there's a little roof that, well, let me go fish that out real quick. I don't know where that went. All right, hold up. All right. Now we got to cake on a bunch of slopes here. And dark orange and medium nougat. So these are like wood shakes. And I'm already getting annoyed by right now, and it's not by this. Anytime you come out in my neighborhood, any given day, you'll hear a lawnmower, you'll hear a weed whacker, you'll hear all that stuff. Okay. And that's it for that right there. We got to make 2 of these. Like that. And 1x3s here. Are we done, sir? No, we're still weed whacking out there using the leaf blower. Blow those evergreen leaves. Okay, now we got to do the second roll of this. Take another brick and I'm going to smooth these out. There we go. Look how smooth that is. So I think it is meant to be like that. Wouldn't the roofing hang over, not sticking out like that? Of course, Lego, you can only do so much. You really can't see that brown in there. I don't know why we use brown in that for. Brittle brown. And we're still working on this thing. Alright, let's get up here and we'll wrap this tower around here. I may have to raise it up for the next installment. And, oh, that's where that 1x2 plate was at, right there. So we weren't missing a piece. Alright, well that will go in that right now, and I'll put it in the regular container later. I think that's it. No, we're not done yet. We got to put a torch in here now. And the torch goes on the inside. Okay. Right there. Which way does it face, or does it matter? Just imagine it's a cold, foggy day and you're going through this castle. It'd be so cool. And that's it. That's what we have left for bag 21. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So bag 21 just did all this right here. Not too shabby. All right, so let's get into bag 22. And I think bag 22, what I saw in the manual, is going to be right here in the front of the castle. So, yeah, I think that'd be about right there. And I don't know if we're still putting together minifigures or not. And yeah, so we're working on the front portion. Oh, we got a small bag we have to open up here. Why do I open up the small bags when I'm doing these big ones? Usually within the first 3 to 5 steps, you're going to need a part out of that anyways. You just pour them all out. Okay, so that's where I'm working at there. Let's dive right on in and let's get started. So, looks like we're going to continue on with this level here. So it's hard to say exactly what we're doing here. I want to build that gate that goes up and down through here. We haven't put that in yet. There's something that goes here. We haven't done that yet. So there's more to this than we've already done. And let's see here. Well, I need 2 of the headlight bricks. Are they headlight bricks? No, they're these. I'm going to set those up there as I find them. And I need some hollow studs. Matter of fact, let's not put those up there. Let me set those back there. You probably can't see them right now. I don't want to lose that stuff because I'm right now looking for 2 scalloped out pieces like this. And then they use these right here. And then these sit in here. That's the piece I was looking for. I wonder if that fits in there. I'll have to get another one of those and find out. I'm always looking for different ways to make, you know, sides and stuff like that. Let's see here. Does that fit in there? Kind of. Just a little bit of a gap. Okay. And that's how I learn how to do new building techniques and stuff. Sometimes I just doodle around, mess around with bricks, just kind of randomly throw things together until it looks cool. And I'm like, that looks like something I've seen in real life before. And then I'll just go from there. All right, so we went around there. And here, we start right on this side right here. And there's some 1x2 wall elements in here. What I'm doing right now is I'm just pulling out stuff that I can see off the top right away. And then I put them in here. Boy, this light is just putting out a lot of heat. I mean, it's an LED bulb, but thank goodness. Alrighty. I don't know why these were like that for. It'll tell us later on in the build. And okay. Alrighty, let's see here. That goes there. And then we will continue on. Yeah, so the phone recorder is working pretty good since when I make a hanger, I'm going to make something that captures the sound a bit better. Heck, I may even make it a tutorial just for fun. I'm going to build it out of Lego. Have it hang up on this here. So you can flip the phone one way, you can flip it the other way. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I want to be able to hang it from something and just use it as a little microphone. All right. This goes right back here. And we're going to start back. Oh, wait, hold on. We can't put that there because it's a little different. We need one of these. I tried finding these. There's only 2 colors. I think tan and gray that piece comes in right now. I was like, well, that's a bummer because I could use those for something else. All right. And that's left open there. Okay. So I was right. Here's part of it. So I think there's another room that goes up in here. But what I'm gathering is if there's supposed to be a gate in the front, they're going to have to build this thing up to the point where the gate has. I mean, it would look kind of odd if you had a gate sticking out of the top of your castle. I mean, it would just look kind of silly, even in medieval times. So, okay, they use these right here to put those upside down things again. They got to find those bricks with bow. These right here, and then you stick them upside down. So we're doing this whole thing we did in the back here on this side. So yes, you could take parts out of this castle, like building strategies and ideas. You could take those out, extract them, and just integrate them into your own castle. If you're building one, I got another set that nobody wanted to do a giveaway on. It would be just tempting to take 2 castles and just make one bigger, a larger castle, or make one in mirrored form. But I have a friend though who's actually interested in it. It's just we're trying to figure out how I'm going to ship it to him and stuff like that, because he kind of wants the castle, and I'm like, I have one here, and I want him to put it together. My fear, though, is giving some of the stuff away and somebody puts it in their Bricklink store. That's probably the only thing I don't want to do. Makes me not want to give things away because the stuff was given to me and I have extra and I don't want to just give it to somebody else so they can make money on it. That sounds kind of, why would I care? Well, it's just, I just think that's just wrong to do. It's like regifting somebody, you know. I mean, alrighty. Well, so far so good. We made it up this far without messing up, huh? Alrighty. They really got the front of this looking really good. You got a better view than I do. Okay. Alrighty. Let's start over here, because there's a window here that's got to be built. So we're going to build that one real quick. Yeah, these squashed 1x1 bricks are pretty cool. I just call them a 2/3 1x1 brick or plate. Depends on how you want to word it, but they're cool because you don't have to stack and mess. Imagine just stacking nothing but 1x1 plates together. This set would be huge. Yeah. Lots of detail. Okay. I think last night I got about 6 hours of sleep. Really nobody here in my house did. Just personal matters going on right now. Health reasons wise, and those type of nights are usually not the most fun ones to deal with. Alright, and we got a corner that goes here. And 2 tiles. Wait a minute, what am I doing there? That doesn't go like that, huh? So... Alrighty, we got 2 profile bricks behind here. I'm gonna put the single groove towards us because that's gonna be hidden by some other bricks, preferably corner bricks here. And then I think these 2 areas here have been left open for a reason, so I'm not sure why, unless we're supposed to fill that in the next step. Okay, there's still nothing there. Okay, but these go here. And I got this stuff that keeps rolling around. Alrighty, I'm looking for another one of those with the clip. Okay, so far I don't see it. Let me start stacking out the... Oh, there it is. As I say, I don't see it. Do I have to get one from my collection? Yeah. One of my friends is like, how can you take off 10 weeks, 12 weeks from work, you know? Well, because I save up vacation time throughout the year. You know, I don't take time off just because I'm lazy and don't want to go to work. I'm a workaholic. I work more than my share, and sometimes it's like I can pick whatever I want. And I have an assistant of mine who helps me out with things. She's going to be taken off during the summer months so she can spend time with her family. And she works about the same time. She works a little less hours than I do, but I'm like, yes, you get to take off that time. I'll be working. And that's how I do things there. And okay, I see why these things are pushed in. We're going to be putting shields in here. Oh, I was hoping those would fit flush up against the front of that, but they don't. I was hoping so too. Well, it gives a little more of it's popped out and stuff, but... And that's all printed too. That's not stickered. Not stickered at all. Making sure I put everything in here now. Okay, they use these here. And some profile bricks behind there. I think she's taken off 8 weeks for the summertime. That's when her kids are off. And I'm like, sure. I'm not that kind of a boss. I don't... I always say, hey, if you can let me know, I can find someone or myself to cover. She's holding down the fort, and then when I have to... Oh, that's crooked. When I have to reattend next month, it'll be her time, and then I have to do the boring stuff again. Alrighty, I think that's it for that. So this bag here, 22, didn't have a whole lot of parts. So I'm just resting my arm on the wall. I noticed my walls in here are getting pretty scuffed. I need to repaint this place eventually. What I'm thinking of doing is making more of a light box, but hopefully I can get enough space so I can do this in another location and then have more of a formal light box for all this. Light boxes are good. We're having light and stuff around here, and this goes in here, and you can barely see that. I can see it fine because I'm up higher, but this goes back here, and that's it. And that's a 1x4x3 column brick. Okay, now we got to build some furniture. Let's see if I could do this off-site here. And yeah, I've been working on this one tutorial and I finally have the bugs worked out of it. Now I need to get me a light brick. I have a bunch of light bricks, probably about 20 or so of them, but none of them work. So I need to get some batteries for them one day and then just use those. What are we building here? A little piano? Hard to see what this is. But yeah. Matter of fact, these pieces would be great for pianos. We didn't have those when I built one of my pianos at the time, and it's not bad now. Yeah, the camera's sure chatting again, but the phone's not chatting. I hope I'm recording this. I guess I am. I don't want to be forgetful and mess up. And that's what we built there, and this goes right here on this jumper plate. So what I'm gathering is you can place this here, or you can place it here. I don't know why it's sitting there right now, but it's just barely tacked in, so you could just remove that. So it's meant to, so there is some furniture in here you could move around. All right. Oh, we forgot to put the weapons on that. Well, let's put the weapons on it real quick here. So we have, that goes there. And well, this is the wrong, this is a harpoon gun. What are we using that for in here? Let me just pop that out since we're doing that. So that's what it is. Just probably for weapons there, just a weapons rack. Alrighty, so now we have a couple of pieces left. But what are we doing now? We're building something else. And where are we working at in the castle now? We're working in this, let me open this up here, it'd be easy to see that. Working right in this little area, whoops, right there. I was like, well, maybe I could build that on site. No, I can't. We cannot do that. And I'm missing, oh no, I'm not, there it is. It's like I'm missing a stick here. Like, where did it go? Who took it? Yeah, but Lego does really do release my stress. All the stuff that goes on. And this goes right here. Now I see why you could barely reach in there and put that in. And then we got to do a ladder here, and we got some reading to do here. A perfect armory, plenty of space for weapons. Now to find a spot for my staff. Well, where are you going to put your staff at, eh? Have him sleep in the horse? Cornell, have him sleep in the dungeons. And I think that ladder goes here. And that's exactly where this goes. So Some of these bricks like they're not pushed down all the way. Should we just lower this ladder down in here? There we go. So it goes all the way down into there, right there, in that corner. Yeah, I'll have to find me a backlight before I do a review on this. And then the harpoon gun goes in that brick right there. You can't really see that, but there it is. And we must have missed something because I have a lot of bricks left. So why is there a lot of bricks? Did I skip a page? Okay, the pages did get stuck together. Isn't that cool? Okay. We got to come back here. I was like, oh, we're done. No, we're not done. I got to come in here and put more brick around that, huh? All right, well, let's... I was like, wow, we're getting done with this. But why do I have so many bricks? Yeah, so you will end up messing up a few times. I got a bunch of those harpoon things. I think those things hang on the wall. We'll check eventually. Hey, it's better to have it happen now instead of having it happen way at the bottom. So I would say that this here is the armory, and that one room we thought was the armory is probably the map room or something. So I'm just going to guess and say it's that. All right. We have an extra plate here. I did toss that one back, so let me go and check here and see. Okay, that plate does go right here in this window area right here. This thing's getting pretty chunky. It's hard to move around. And we have some weapons in here. And indeed, I was correct. These, maybe I need to put this on the Lazy Susan. These go right here. Which way do they face? It's not critical, but we're going to have them face what the manual shows us. Those are up pretty high, but that's where they wanted them at. There we go. And that's it. That's what's remaining for bag 22, and bag 22 just pretty much built a little part of the armory up here. Not too bad. Okay, now we're going to move on to bag 23, and I think it's just on this top portion here. So we're just going to focus right on top of this. So I moved the camera a bit closer now. Let me make sure everything is tweaked up for you. All right. And yeah, so... Okay, we got one little bag in here, and there's some interesting pieces in there. Well, the same old stuff we've been seeing, but stuff that I could use for other builds. And they show it closed, not all the way, and they show it like that. So we're working up on the top here. And, well, let's get going here. Now it's showing me to make one of these here. And I got to find it first. I found the lattice window, but that we don't need that. We need the square lattice. All right, you need this. And... that's a cool little shield. And one of these. So these would be more appropriate for that. And let's see here. And this goes right here. Out of all those windows, we're using one of those. It's kind of odd. I think, honestly, though, I think this build is mostly for... I'm going to have to leave that on the couch. it's just full of different building ideas. I think that's all it really is at this point. Okay. I don't need those. I need these. I got to make 4 of these. And they go in the front portion of the castle here. Okay. Yeah, anytime you open up the first bag, this is what you do. Every bag you've noticed that I've been doing, it's usually you have to go through about halfway through the bag in order to start finding the parts quicker. It's just rifling through things right now and just trying to find the right part, because I got to do another window here. Well, wherever that's at, I don't know. All right. Let's see, is that it? And I forgot to put the 1x2 plate on top of this. I'm glad now I checked. I would have forgot about that and thinking, are we missing something there? Okay. What if I can? There we go. It's a little better. Bring this closer here. And no, it's just because the camera's turned. I can only fit the tripod in here so much. The next place that I'm working on, though, I'll be able to clamp the camera overhead, or I can use a tripod. I'm also working on an arm too, so the camera will be here and I can reach underneath it. It'll be like a tripod but in reverse. That kind of thing. So that's kind of what I've been working on. For the most part, it works. Usually use it for a magnifying glass, but it's really strong, it's robust, so it can hold this little camera. Professional camera, obviously not, but this one it would be able to. And we got to make 4 of these and shove them in there, huh? You know, instead of making them off-site, why don't I just do that here? And because one thing I've noticed, though, by having the separate audio, it feels like you're not seeing anything. You know, where the audio is over here to my left, and the camera's right where you can see it. So is that it for that, or we got more big stuff? Let's start putting up this big stuff here. And get this over here. We got one more plate. Okay, got one of those. I just put one of those in. I'm around and around and around. It's pretty level right here, except for here. Okay, we would have forgot that. And now I'm starting to get hungry. I want to get this done real quick. So it looks like we're not going to be putting in the gate for this yet or anything. We got to build more roofing. Fantastic. And it's going to be on this little window here. So I'm going to build it right on this here for easy build, mainly for the for you guys and gals to see how I'm putting it together. It's meant to be built off-site. We'll see if it can be built on-site. We'll just have a little experiment here. Alrighty, then what color? And there are 2 orange ones, dark orange. And then we crown off the front there with some slopes. With it here, though, I can line these slopes up a lot easier because I have this lip here at the bottom. And 2, it's just I can easily reach up and do this. Okay, there we go. And then we build a big window, which goes back over here. And I'm going to build that on site. What I mean by on site, I'm building it right here. So that's where we're going to be building it at. Let me make sure if that's where it fits. Okay. Okay, making sure that the front of the window's in the right way. Yeah, okay. If you're not comfortable with doing that, building it on site, don't do it. Don't do what I'm doing, because I have to look kind of backwards at this here. It's backwards for a while. It tells us to rotate in the second column. And this is on step 527. 527, wow. We really have gotten far on this. And yeah, okay. They're showing these with this stuff caked in, so I'm going to go out of order on the steps. And I'm just going to place these on here now, like this. And the reason being is, so I can really make sure that these are lined up. And it's telling me to put that in there. These are not going to be in for a while, but I'm putting them in now just to get them out of the way. So I read ahead a little bit here. Put that there first, because you're going to need a headlight brick there. And 2 of these round pieces here. Thinking what I want to make for a lunch today. Have to figure that out. There we go. And then after that, these little scrolly pieces on the top there. When I do building guides, I try to find ways to break things down. Like they have this whole thing as a sub-step, just to fit it in and make it easier to build. And writing up your manuals and have it to where somebody can interpret, that's the thing. There we go, that goes in there. And the next thing is one of these. And I hope that's strong enough to work on that there. And I'm looking for a light gray. Now I need a dark gray one. I have a feeling we're going to be using tiles to go around that. And that's what we're doing. Yeah, so just imagine just borrowing some of these ideas for your own stuff, you know. Pretty good. And then we take 4 of these studs here, and then some curved tiles, or tiles with bow, or arch, depends on how you want to look at them. You have to back butter them, like that, and you stick that in there. I don't know about that. Is that how it's supposed to stay like that? I guess it is. All right. Big pieces, and I'm looking for one part in here, and I don't see it. Or is it just staring at me in the face? Sometimes some parts are like hidden. Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. It's not too bad, huh? So they kind of match here, and if I can lift that up and show you. They kind of match this arch with this arch, which is really cool. We'll do that more in the review because it's easy to take the hand cam and we can look at it at multiple angles at one time. And then that's the window. We already built it on site. So now, well, let's continue on. And there's another arch that goes around that right there. And see, I missed a part of the build here. Let me take a look. Oh. Be serious. I'm really going to have to check the pages on this here. I skipped this one whole side here. I did do part of it, the roof here, but I never continued on with the bricks. So I really need to focus on that. No, it doesn't degrade the building experience because that's my mistake. That's not a mistake of Lego. But also what helps too is I'm working very slowly through the build. I'm not rushing through it or anything like that. All right, I don't see another one of those 1x1 plates. Oh, there it is. I just worked very slow, very calm. Because see, you make a mistake like how I forgot about that. Well, I couldn't put any more here. Well, now I know where that goes. So I can just come in here real quick and put that back together, you know. And then we continue on that side there. Okay, and an inverted 1x2 45-degree slope goes back here in this corner. Now I may proceed on with above the window. So this does actually wrap around here like that. So now you don't even see those holes there, and it's all seamed in perfect. Not too bad at all. It gives you that three-dimensional look too. But it's like I was saying though, if you want a good quality build, you're going to pay the bucks for this. You know, you're not going to get cheated out. If you like building stuff, this is not something you want to build in a day. You want to just take your time, just relax after a long day of work, and just build it very slowly. Just take your time. Don't fret or panic over it if you're not going to get it done. Slow and steady wins the race, because I'm not making any mistakes. Okay, now we're up to that part there. Okay, finally, we were actually working on the drawbridge stuff. Okay. So, now I need to rotate the whole model around. And we're going to work in here with this chain thing. So we'll flip that up there for right now and lock that together. Okay, so now what it's asked me is to take one of these and one of these. I am going to go ahead. It's about 5 there. And I'm going to start setting this in now. And I think these two pieces, they go right up here. They even have red circles to tell you too. So honestly, this is probably your best bet, is to put these here first. Okay, so I think that spins, but we don't know. We haven't got the other side put on here yet. And I think the knob goes here. This, you know, that kind of thing. Okay. And a brittle brown Technic brick. We wouldn't want to put that under any kind of pressure. And then this goes here. Now I pushed this thing down all the way. I don't know why I did that though. So this right here, you may need to have somebody help you with it. You can see where even I'm struggling here. So you're going to have to line up all these joints here. Once you set that down there you go. But that's really kind of stiff. We don't have a proper knob on that yet, huh? It tells you where all that's supposed to be connected there, and that's what we have. Looks just like the picture, so we didn't mess that up. Not too terribly bad. And some reason you got to stick this right here. probably part of the weapons for the armory. Let me turn that and make that flat. There we go, this little piece here. That goes there. And to these little short squashed bricks, they go here. I'm gonna call them squashed 1x1s. I think that's Lego. The name that Lego gave those is probably a lot better than what I can come up with. So saying 1x1 by 2/3 brick with hole. And this part of the window goes here now. So right now, I haven't really have finished anything yet on this castle where I can say that we're done. You know, where I'm like, oh, I can't wait to play with it. It's playable now, but it's not really playable until I say it's done. And in addition to that, we have to come in here, and we got a profile brick. Oh, it goes back here. So we're filling around this thing here next. So they went really slow, which is good, but they went really slow around the mechanism for this. I just noticed something here. We made a mistake. Okay, that's not supposed to be like that. Actually, that's supposed to be there. So I made a boo-boo there, and that goes on the top. I was like, we have one on one side, but not one on the other. So I think there's going to be a beam that goes on top. Okay, so now we're back inside again, and we're going to be adding more stuff to it. So we're going to go back in here. We're going to add the shields and stuff. Now, I really do like the graphical print on these very basic shields. This is stuff that I grew up with. So that's really kind of cool. Missing one shield. Oh, I see. It's laying face down on the table. And that is just refusing to go in. Huh. There we go. Right there. And one of those. That's really basic. But you know what, though? I like this basic stuff. Lego really has their game on with it there. Look at all the detail you get in one of these. That shield just doesn't look like it's fitting in there, or is it just because it's different heights? There we go. Not too bad. And we're not done yet. We're going to have to do more Technic stuff here. Okay. And one goes like this. So what does that do? Shows it on a brick, though. Yeah, this is where it gets kind of tricky. That's why I hate Technic. I don't have patience with Technic stuff. And then this goes right above here. Well, you got to be careful with that. Very flaky there. Or is there a reason why? I must have forgot to put this plate on here. Got that fancy window in the front, and it's all buried in there. And in step 534 is just one beam. I like those steps. It's like one piece and it makes a big difference. And we're almost done too. I got a lot of bricks though. Okay, and then now we're going to have to continue on up here. Got to be extra careful. This thing's right on the edge of the table. All right, so I'm going to need two hands for that, huh? There we go. And 1x4, 1x6 here. And let's go around here. I'm going to probably need two of those corner pieces. One here and one here. And all right, what goes there? A profile brick. I try to put not the single groove, but the bricks on the outside of the build. It just looks better that way. And 2 of these here. And you think there's another 1x6 you're missing? No, this goes like that. Something is still going to go in here. And this piece here goes right up here. Now, last things last here. This goes right here. And I'll bet you anything, though. Now, don't go pressing that right up against your brick. You want to leave a little bit of wiggle room because that's going to be our rotation thing. And now it's going to tell us to test out the drawbridge. So what does that mean? Let's try it and see here. They're pretty cool. Let me back that up so you could see it in action there. All right. So we rotate this again. Okay. What if you went backwards the other way? So it's meant to do that. So you can't mess up here which way to rotate it. And it's really smooth, a smooth transition in there too. That's really cool. And that's it. Oh, step 24 is going to be yucky. I see capes. Spoiler alert. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 23. So next installments we do in 24, 25, and 26. So for my final assessment of the build, you know, as you can tell though, we're really only focused on the top portion here. But so bag 23 did the rear entry area in the gate. Not too bad in this tower. So I'm going to call it the rear entry, gate, and tower. And then bag 22 did this part of the armory here. And bag 23 did the upper portion of the armory. And let's see if this is easy to open up here. It's a little stiff, but and that's what it looks like inside so far. And yeah, you could play with this too. Now it looks like it just seems like the floors are a bit bare, but we still got 3 more bags left. And I'm not sure I don't think there's a whole lot left on this. We still haven't put that gate in here yet for in here. And somebody can just walk off that and fall down. So I have a feeling that that's probably what these are for here, is to put the gate on. Okay, I don't know what we're doing next. We'll say that is for the last installment. But for my experience so far, this has been a very beautiful build. I'm really happy with this, the way it's turned out. It's not boring, it's not bleak, it's not bland, it's just fun. I can't wait to put both of the clamshells together. But I think what this thing does, you can see how it rolls out like this. So I think the other piece clamps onto here, and it just completely just rolls out. So this, they say it's 18 inches folded up. So I'm assuming it's probably about 36 inches expanded completely out. So yeah, I think I'm 100% satisfied with this so far. And that's pretty much what we have done. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. It's turning out really well.